The first to bring you the hottest DJ gear on the planet. You're watching coverage of Winter NAMM 2012. We are agiprodj.com.
Hey everybody, DJ Ty from agiprodj.com. NAMM 2012. I'm here in the Allen Heath booth with Greg. Greg, how you doing, man? He's going to give us a video overview of the brand new Allen Heath Zone DB2 mixer.
Okay, so the DB2, you've got all the heritage of the DB4 at a slightly lower price point. So let's have a look at why it's really, really cool. On the back, you've got a whole load of inputs. You've got master mix out, XLR, booth out on 1/4" jacks. You've got analog and digital record outs. You've got 2 digital ins, CDJs, whatever you feel. You've got analog in here, line phono. You've got four inputs there, but you've got 2 that are hardware switchable. If you've got preamps there for vinyl turntables, but on the menu we can actually switch the DB2 to have 1 and 4 actually as a software preamp, so you can actually have 4 vinyl decks as well. There's X-Link, which powers and distributes data to the Zone K2 software controller, saving USB ports on your computer. More about that with K2. You've got a USB port here, so you've got a USB 2 sound card, 4 stereo sends, 4 stereo returns, all from that one port there. Moving up to the top panel, we've got the input matrix. The input matrix is revolutionary, as first seen on the DB4. The input matrix means no longer is input 1 on the back of the mixer solely on channel 1. You can literally route, move the channels around, move the assignment, so you can have the input 1 on all 4 channels, have it on 2 channels, apply different effects, process. Somebody wants to do a changeover, goes from channels 1 to 4, to 1 to 2. No physical unplugging needed, just use the input matrix, just reassign how you want your channels to be. So it's a really vivid and easy, quick way to get dirty with the DB2, but also handle those situations in a club and just be flexible. It's just that simple as analog, USB or digital, choose your input. It's really cool. You've got a mic channel here. The mic channel can be routed to the effects as well, so if you want to actually have a bit of reverb on your voice, that's totally possible. Really cool. Some of the effects work really cool with a voice as well, but you need to have a bit of a play with that. Here we've got the Zone trimodal EQ system, as first seen on the Zone DB4. Trimodal EQ means you've got three-way EQ, standard asymmetric EQ, isolator mode with full total kill. Not a lot of mixers say total kill, and it's only full. This is actual true total kill. You've got a filter mode as well. So on filter mode, you've got a high pass and low pass filter, and adjustable resonance for the filter as well. That's another really, really cool way to mix. How you access that is you hit the menu button, hit EQ setup, and literally just scroll up and down and choose which mode you want to be in. It's that straightforward and that simple. So that's really cool as well. If you want to then start using the effects, really simple. Let's just engage an effects engine. So we'll go to X, go down to the bottom here. First off, if I hit on, that's the effects engine on. I've got a zone filter there, high pass, low pass. So if I leave it on dry here, no matter what I do, that's just a filter. You then start turning up towards wet. You can then go fully there with the signal of the effect. You've got expression there, which controls the effect and modifies the parameter further. On your menu, it's really easy to see what you're in. It tells you you're in an echo delay effect. It's called Fat Q. It's detecting the BPM automatically. It's telling you here the beat fractions. You hit the button down, you can then move, change the shape. Really kind of find cool parts to manipulate with the track. The menu screen also tells you what EQ mode you're in. So if a DJ's confused, say they're in filter mode and they've never used it before, you'll see there the information readout. It also tells you whether the crossfader's on or off and what curve it's set to as well. The effect engines underneath the menu screen, you've got delays, reverbs, resonators, modulators, and damage effects. In the delays, if you hit select, you can then scroll up and down. There's delays, echoes, fat, Q, ping pongs, scatters, sweeps. There's also the roller feature. So anybody's looking at the DB2 thinking, so where's those loopers that were on the DB4? Well, you've got it here. You've got it as a roller effect. So you've got all that power, but just in a slightly different manner. So it's still there ready for you to access, which is a really cool thing. Reverbs. There's a load of reverbs. Cool ones are like Hall Massive, Next Door, EMT 250. You just need to just try some of them out. They're just really cool and interesting sounding. Resonators, loads of good ones like Reverse Q, Tronic, Decay, modulators, you've got things like phaser, that's really cool. D12, that's a really cool phase you need to try. Rotary crossover, flange, so it's all there. Damage effects, these are really good sounding effects if you want to get a bit more kind of dirty with gritty with your sound. Stutter does like a nice choppy sound, really kind of cuts, and used in the right way, in the right beat fraction, really gives a good signature on the sound, and really nice. There's other ones, slice and dice, bit bash, overdrive, distortion. Those ones you need to use in moderation, depending on the sort of music you play, because they're really powerful. But that's the beauty of the DB series of mixers and the DB2, is that with the big dry wet knob and the expression, it's up to you. You can either go really harsh, or be really subtle. And that's the thing about the DB series. It allows you to actually work the effects with your music and create a really nice soundscape. It doesn't sound like you're just using an effect and going nuts. Of course, if you want to get really good with the effects, you can, and like really kind of powerful. But I think a lot of the DB power is the fact that these effects are studio quality. So the sound is just completely unrivaled. It's full power, clear clarity, absolute definition. It's a beast of the unit. If you want to go a bit further, there's a feature here called MIDI shift. Now, basically, all of the controls except for the mic XLR here and the headphones can be assigned to MIDI. But MIDI shift means you can basically hit MIDI shift, and these sets of controls here and the menu button you can actually map to, say, Tractor, and you can have cue, play, however you see fit. So you can actually use the unit as a controller as well. And if you're thinking, oh, how would I do it? You can have deck A, deck B, or you could use the cue buttons as the deck focus, for example, and then have more controls here. It's a really cool way. But the beauty of MIDI shift is, when you're actually in MIDI shift mode, you can still be here using the effect knob and then cueing and playing a track from Tractor, say, for example. So you've got absolute flexibility, complete power. It's a real creative unit that's just going to unleash the power of the Zone DB range to you, and it's a great introduction if you've not bought an Allen Heath mixer before to just the power of what you can do with the sound. And it's shipping right now.
You went over a lot of effects. Can you tell us and maybe have us listen to some of your favorite effects of yours personally?
Yeah. Right. Let me get them up in a minute. I'll just program which one I like. Okay, so this is echoed back cue. Really nice echo there. You can move the shape around, scroll it around high frequencies. Use the dry wet knob to introduce it. Sometimes it's nice to kind of I like to pulse the dry and wet, kind of really get move it around. That's one of my favourite delays for kind of speed. There's some reverbs. There's a cool one called Next Door, which is kind of, I'm sure everybody's kind of left that venue or that nightclub, and or you're entering that nightclub, and the difference in the sound as you're leaving, maybe hard to hear here at NAMM, but this is mimicking that sound. It's a really cool reverb there to mess about with. Resonators, you've got things like power cue. It affects the sound in the fashion that you like. Modulators, I love the phaser. It's really cool. Let's change that around a bit. Stutter's a really cool choppy one. So now it's really kind of going boom across the signal. Hopefully again you can hear that one. If you want to hear some of these effects on the new Allen Heath SoundCloud, there's actually a mix where you can hear some of these effects actually in action. So if anybody really wants to hear on their own headphones or their system the effects, I recommend going to SoundCloud/Allen Heath Zone, and you can hear all these effects in a brilliant techno mix. And there's more to come on our SoundCloud about the range and a bit of a masterclass on the effects.